RT.com.
It's what absolutely necessary.
Hello, this is...
Coming up this week for... I'm near the top of the hour for the winning key.
Sure. Like I said, from our perspective, the less people using concernal fireworks, the better, because it's safer.
Because fireworks cause fires, lots of them.
FM 90.3.
56% last year.
Or listen for the broadcast of Finally Friday from Home.
FM 89.5.
Musical Horizons. 89.5. W.
Got original 19, I think it's a 58. Let me see. 1950 Packard. Wonder Bar. AM Wonder Bar. Radio was in great shape. And I see pictures of the car on my phone there. It's in good shape too. So that's going to be pretty good. Now these are not the original knobs. It's just some I stuck on there. I didn't get the original knobs with it. But we've done a full Aurora Design conversion in 12 volt. The radio now has AM and FM stereo. We got a little blue stereo light over here because the car is blue. Yep. And pretty neat car. Pretty cool car. I'd seen one like that. Anyhow, blue little stereo light over here. Down here in the lower corner, a little small one, you got to operate an LED. It changes multiple colors since we do have AM and FM stereo. Auxiliary in, it'll change colors for that. USB port. This is your harness that comes with it. This will charge your phone and play thumb drives, which comes with a thumb drive. And auxiliary in right above here, you'll get a male-to-male cord so you can plug in. We'll demonstrate that. It has Bluetooth, hand-free phone calls, voice command. It will, of course, the Wonder Bar just showed you all that. All your electric push buttons and everything work. Flip that door down. You got little needles you can set up on stations. And you push a button and it goes to it. Wonder Bar works like it always did. But now it's got definitely a kick to it. Over here you have a sensitivity switch, on, off. Have your regular toner, bass and treble. Now in your toner you have fader, balance. It depends on how many speakers. If you hook two mono speakers up, you'll have say one in the front, one in the back. You can use a front channel and a rear channel. Since it has 4 channels out, 45 watts a channel, you'll have fader. If you hook up more speakers than that, you'll have fader and balance built in here. So there's a way to hook it up so you can do either one, and I'll demonstrate how it works because I got 4 speakers plugged to it. You got an RCA on the side if you want to add a sub, which I just put one in a Mustang. They sound great. Put a little sub with it. Let your other speakers do what they're supposed to do without trying how to get a lot of bass out of them. Let that sub take care of the rest of it. Also in your toner you have loudness, EQ, and a crossover. In case you want to fool with it and get highly technical, we'll show you how all that works. Right now you're on FM. And this is called Voice ID. This little button, it does a lot of stuff. But you can hide this underneath the lip of the dash or just so you can get your finger on it. Anytime, since you got an AM radio, you want to know where you're at on FM, just press that little button one time.
FM 89.5.
And she'll tell you where you're at. If you want to go to AM radio, just simply turn your unit off and right back on. A little light down here going to red. Now you're on AM radio, and that should be pretty close to 650.
AM 650.
Off and right back on takes you right back to FM.
Trying to find.
You can see the channels.
But check my card.
I didn't tighten my knob down. I think that's 55 Chevrolet truck knobs, what that is.
Take it back, what you said. I'm about to let it go to my head.
Alright, got a good sound to it. Wonder Bar works and all. We got a built-in mic right behind this push button here. Plus you get an extra mic. These work very good. That's what we're going to use for the demonstration. Auxiliary in. Just pull out your male-to-male cord that comes with it. And these little adapters, you have to have these for the new phones because they don't have headphone out jacks. What this does, you plug it in your charging port and it gives you a charging port and auxiliary out jack. Just bring your music up. You can put satellite radio, CD changers, XM radio, whatever you got that's a head that puts out. All you gotta do is bring your music up and hit play. Hit play on it. It plays all your music. And when you're done, just turn it off and let the radio go right back to what it was doing. So say the little light's gone to green, that means auxiliary in. Turn it off, whatever device you got. You don't have to unplug it. I'm going to unplug this one because we're going to move on. If you don't touch the radio in 20 seconds, it's going to automatically switch back. But if you want to go a little quicker, just turn it off and back on during that 20 seconds. It remembers where you're at. We're going to let it automatically because we're checking it out. It's going to try to ship out tomorrow or Friday. Automatically switch back to where we had it. That's pretty cool. That's how your auxiliary in works. Bass and treble like you always have. Now I'm going to show you how to get into your fader and all in case you hook up stuff. Take this little push button right here. You can do it with this control, but when you're in the radio you can do a lot of stuff with this push button. Push it once and hold it down. Let's go into fader.
Fader adjust.
Go to your toner control. There's your rears. There's your fronts. As long as you're moving this, it'll stay in that mode till you find what you like. Now that little pop that you hear, that means center of that pop. Hey, all right, we're balanced out. Let it set.
Fader set.
She'll set it. Balance is 2 quick pushes and a hold. 1, 2, hold.
Balance adjust.
Back to your fader control. Right side. Left side. Balance it out. Let her set it.
Balance set.
Now we're back on treble and bass. Now we're going to turn the loudness on. And in radio mode you can do it with this. Now if you're in Bluetooth or USB you have to use the toner control. But we're going to set up the loudness and the EQ. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, hold.
Loudness on.
Do it again. And keep on holding it when it comes back up. 1, 2, 3, hold.
EQ on. EQ adjust.
Now let's adjust it one time.
EQ adjust.
One time.
Treble adjust. 0 dB.
We're going to set our treble up for our EQ. Stop, she'll set it.
Treble set plus 4 dB.
Hit it once.
Treble adjust.
Hit it again. Let's set our mids up.
Adjust 0 dB.
Let her set it.
Mid set 0 dB.
Hit it.
Mid adjust.
Hit it.
0. Bass.
Now we set our bass up for our
dB.
speakers. There's more bass, there's less bass. Alright, let her set it.
Bass set 0 dB.
Push your button.
Bass adjust.
Push your button.
Loudness.
Now we
adjust.
set up our loudness.
12
and she's
dB.
going to tell you where you're at. But when you turn it on, you can set it up. I like mine about right there. Let her set it. She'll tell you where it's at.
Loudness set plus 9 dB.
Alright, let's set our subwoofer up.
Loudness adjust
Hit it.
plus subwoofer,
Subwoofer.
adjust 0 dB.
There's our subwoofer.
Subwoofer set 0 dB.
Push it.
Subwoofer
Push it
adjust
again. Let's do
0.
the crossover.
Crossover adjust 120 hertz. Crossover set 85 hertz.
Now, all that is set up in there and stays in there. So you can turn on your loudness and your EQ, or just your loudness, or you can leave it off and go back to normal. Let's crank our treble wide open. Let's go back to normal by pushing it 3 times and hold it. 1, 2, 3, hold.
EQ set.
1, 2, 3, hold.
EQ on.
Let's do it again. Turn them both off. 1, 2, 3, hold.
Loudness off. EQ off.
Now we're back to normal. Now everything is set up in there. All you gotta do is work this, and then you can turn it on, turn it off. That's a new feature on the Aurora Design. I love it. Because you'd make a fairly good set of speakers sound really good if you play with it enough and get where you can operate it and set it up like you want to. Now we can do it with this. Back to about middle. Go 1, 2, 3.
Loudness off. EQ off.
1, 2, 3.
Loudness on.
1, 2, 3.
EQ on.
Now we're back on EQ. 1, 2, 3.
EQ on.
1, 2, 3.
Loudness off. EQ off.
Back to normal. There we go. Alright. Let's log in our Bluetooth. You'll do the same thing. It will take multiple devices. Bring your Bluetooth up on your phone. You can do it one way by holding this button down till she comes on to help you, or turn the volume up twice. 1, 2.
Bluetooth ready to pair.
Showed up on her phone. All you do is tap on it. She'll tell you when it's done.
Pairing completed. Bluetooth connected.
Alright. Alright, we're going to do a voice command. You check out this little mic here. 1, 2. Play music.
I knew that I wouldn't die.
Alright, we're on music on my phone. It's designed so you don't have this in your hand. You don't have to do nothing. You can pick your phone up, turn it on, or turn it off. Or you can do a voice command, whatever you want to do. Like if you want to look up a restaurant, directions, or if you want to call your wife or your girlfriend. Well, you know, don't mix them up. But anyhow, if you want to change your music, there's 3 ways to do it on these. You can push this to advance once. Twice to back up or repeat. Turn your dial up 1 time. Turn your dial back once. Or use the Wonder Bar. 1 tap, advance. Twice will back up or repeat.
I knew that I wouldn't die. I feel good.
So that's how that works. A phone call comes in, she'll come on and say incoming call. All you do is tap this 1 time to answer your call, or turn the needle up 1 click. Talk. When you're done, let it hang up. It'll go back doing whatever you had the radio doing. If you want to end the call, twice here, down on the tuner 1 click. That will end your call. Alright, let's do a voice command. Let's go back to radio. Well, before we do that, I'm going to turn it off. And we're going to make sure this is the way it should work. Once you pair up your phone, when you get in the vehicle, have your phone with you. Say you were screaming music.
years.
Radio.
His essays were always grounded in class
Bluetooth connected.
common sense.
Right back where I left it. That's what it's supposed to do. Stop music.
Chance today, I urge you to
Pause
listen
right
to
back
it
to
on
radio.
YouTube, but let me summarize what Harvey said. If I were the devil, he said,
That's how your
or an enemy of the
Bluetooth and
United
all
States,
work.
I would take God out of our schools, out of our government.
Schumer and
I think.
I kind of liked it. I don't know why. It bugs him a little bit. I don't know.
Hopefully we can put
Should have tightened that knob down. I didn't do it.
It's good.
There we
I
go.
peddled drugs, alcohol, pills, and
All right, now we're going to do the USB
If I were
port.
the
You can
devil,
hide this thing wherever you want to. It don't have to be visible, and you can put it in the dash. You take your thumb drive, put it in, you can leave it in there unless you want to charge your phone. Put your front drive out, go straight to it. The little light changes different colors. Advance. Back up or repeat. Advance. Back up or repeat. Now, if you got this hid, you ain't got to take your stick out unless you want to charge your phone. We can put it in pause and go back to radio by 2 ways. Hold this down, we're going to do it both ways. Hold this down, put it in pause, 1 second on that. It'll cycle back around the radio to where we had it. Back on radio. Back to thumb drive. We can also go, we went up for Bluetooth on the volume, up without turning the radio off. We go down. Put it in pause, right back to radio. Bring it back up the same way. That's your 1958 Packard.
Fiddler on the Roof, one of the most
Full
popular
conversion,
songs
cleaned
of that
up,
movie
polished.
called Tradition.
It's a good looking radio. Anyhow, I appreciate you letting me do it for you. Thank you. Off. Well, they already scanned stations. You ain't got to know about that.
Good traditions of our